Hello everyone. Um, my sincere apologies. There was a glitch in the fiber network, and we were offline for a couple of hours. But we're back. Everything is working now. I haven't been trading obviously because of the lack of Wi-Fi. But yeah. Hello everyone. Oh my God! I don't seem to learn this. This is amazing. I just don't learn it. I keep forgetting this. I do check it, but I just keep on doing it. But anyway, um, so I'm looking at gold right now, and gold just went a tiny bit in the opening range gap, but not a lot, right? So it's a little bit bullish at the moment. But I really have to do some investigation because I didn't have any Wi-Fi, so I haven't done anything. So I'm quickly going to do some extra. I thought, let me just get on and then I can start doing that. It's a big gap, by the way. Wow. Look at that. Ooh. And for gold, well, I mean, it's been going, right? So these are the gradients. I'll leave the yellow box on because I think it's important if we do get in. So it didn't even go to the 25% level, right? So we already went back up and it's bouncing on top. And on the first presented fair value gap, which is right over here. So, hmm, interesting. Now, yeah. So what time is it? It's 11. Okay, so we're a bit, timing is not ideal, but if I'm looking at price action, I'm like, okay, it's been sort of consolidating a little bit here. It hasn't been doing much. It's actually good. So, why are you not running? I guess no one knows I'm back on, so I'll just give it. I think I had 11:30 on the schedule, but I got back on, so I thought I'm just gonna wait a bit until people come in a little bit. Oh shit! Am I on the wrong? I think I'm on the wrong screen here. What are you doing? Um, what are you doing? Yeah, okay. I need to get this off ASAP. You are there. Uh, okay. Here we go. This can go away. What do I have here? Okay, I'm going to get rid of I don't want to do too much with the dollar because I'm getting too much. If I do too much, I lose focus. So I need to try to keep my focus a little bit. Oh, oh, are you kidding me? I already feel. Are you not going to ask me for everything that I'm going to fill out? Are you going to ask me to fill that out every time? It's pretty annoying to do that. But we'll give it some time. I'm sure some people will come in because they don't know. It's quite annoying when you don't have Wi-Fi. I just go on my phone and try to inform people, but it doesn't come across very liable, does it? If you don't show up in time, people might not read the chat, so they're like, "What the hell?" So I get it. It's not good to have to help everyone. Shit happens. Shit happens sometimes. Okay, now let's see if we can frame anything here. Now we have this premium wick here. Yeah, I'm going nuts now with these wicks since ICT has been talking about them. I was just wondering, I use a lot of wicks already, especially the rejection block, but not these ones on the side. And then we have a little gap here. Let me mark that one. Volume balance. Just mark whatever is important for now. The daily. That's it. I think that's enough for now. It's a very tiny one though, but it's a daily one, so it's good. Let me go. Go. I need to catch up because I missed all that time, right? I always need to write down what it is, otherwise I forget. Here we go. And yeah, the wick is properly. The wick also here. It's also an imbalance. Let's see, right? See that? It's also. But I'm not gonna mark it because I should actually. Why not? It's just as important because they are important when we slam down. There are points of interest where it could stop. So important levels. Here we go. You might not see it for a while. Now this can go. Um, two, 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 two. Let's go to the 4 hour on this one. Oh, let me open a window now because I'm dressed too. It's too hot what I'm wearing. What am I doing? Why are you not opening? What's going on? There we go. Okay, this can go. Maybe it's very light yellow. Open it. Very light because I think it looks very nasty on the screen. Okay, well, not much to see here. Let's go to NQ. So you see how my 4 o'clock, I use the 4 o'clock a lot in my models, but now it's just sort of resistance. It did hit it after 10 o'clock, so that's good. That's a 10-4 model. Did play out beautifully here. That was a beautiful trade, actually. Let me just see. That was my model. Yeah, that was a market order in. It just went straight up. Okay. Not an easy trade, though, but weaker. 925, 955. Right here. Oh, it was not really, it was activated. Oh, but I'm on the 5 minute. I'm on the 5 minute. This is beautiful, actually. Beautiful trade. Uh, there's not a breaker here. But anyway, this was trade 10 4, 18 points. 7 points. Okay. Well, I didn't have internet, so I didn't trade this, but this would have been my model, my 10-4 model on gold. See the 10 o'clock printed here. But in this case, it was just kept going up, and I would go to the 4 o'clock, and it was also the event, not the event horizon, but settlement price of yesterday. So when you see settlement price in the floor, no, I'm not. That's not correct. I'm not. This the settlement price was here. I'm just using the same one. I'm sorry. No. It was just a 4 o'clock. But yeah, so this is a 10-4. These two times work very well together. So, but I had to miss it, unfortunately. But that would have been a solid trade. And also why there was so much confluence, right? Time within a macro, obviously 10-4 is in a macro, but the first percent fair value gap here, we did not go into the open range gap. We didn't even hit the quarter of this opening range gap. I have it still on my chart. And so bullish still, very bullish. Two. Move this out of the way. The screen. Just see if I can get this nicer on. There we go. Okay, so that's now. Wow, it's pretty amazing. Okay. I think gold could hit 42.38. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go just keep on gold at the moment. Let me just see. NQ, yeah. I think NQ might also make one leg higher, to around 2540-ish. I know it's going down now, but I do see that. Let me see. Yeah, and Q is definitely going a leg higher. Let's see if we can frame a trade. I think it might be. What time is it? 11:20. Shall we get in from here? 11:20. We can start running, but we could also use the other macro. I need to get used to trading two instruments. I have to divide. I'm so used to do only NQ. So, but there's so many good opportunities in gold. So we need to wait. We need to wait. Wait. Lig je lekker, popje? Okay. Okay, guys, just yeah. So I had some Wi-Fi issues, so I'm a little bit late to the party, I guess. So I missed a nice trade on gold, but it's okay. It looks still very bullish. I don't think we're done yet. I think we have some room to the upside. I would say I'm looking for a good entry on, so we can make another run to, let's say, 42.30, 42.38ish. Yeah, something like that. So a nice rejection here. This is a nice rejection block. Here we went into it, 8:30, we went up, boom, breaker has been activated, so now we have been on the higher time frame. Oh, am I on the, hold on, am I on gold? Yes, I am on gold. Let me show. I'm very bullish as well because this opening range gap, and it has not been filled. As you can see, it didn't even went to a quarter, so that's very bullish. Getting in again. I think it's what time is it? 11:24. I have a structure. Yeah, so we have the breaker has been activated. Here, I'll show you. This is a breaker trade. Activated, retest. And I said 38, right? I think I'm getting in and doing it on my evaluation as well. What did I say? Yes, we can go to 42.38. I think I'm going to take this trade. It's an early entry, so it's a little bit risky because we might get in. We might be stuck in chop. So I'm very bullish on gold, obviously. Let me get rid of this opening range. Okay, just to show you guys, we have not entered, even hit the quarter level. So I'm going to take it off. The gradients are still, oh shit, now it's going. I want to get in. I'm going to get in because the breaker has already been activated. 40 to 38 is my TP. Might be a longer trade. My stop loss will be below the breaker right over here. This is my trade. I'm early. I know I'm taking a little bit of a risk, but so this is the gradients of the, let me mark the breaker, and I want to enter on my other, I need to enter quickly. It's just going to be a micro gold. I don't trade normal gold yet because I just started with gold since Friday. So I'm still very careful trading it live and on my account. It's a micro gold, one micro gold. Oh, there you go. There we go. So I'm in with one micro gold. Let's see. Oh, still testing. I just want to make sure that because I'm very comfortable with NQ, because I know NQ pretty well, and I'm very comfortable with my models, but not with gold yet. But I think this might be, you know, breaker activated. We had the retest here, and now breaking out of it. It's 11:26, so it's early. We could go back into the futz around in this area. Now the breaker could be a little bit bigger if I go to the 5-minute. Let me have a look. Yes, see, this is the thing that I was worried about a little bit. But no, I'm not gonna move my stop. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I just have to journal it properly. And yeah, it's a fair value gap here, so we might. I'm still bullish though. I don't think it's done yet too. It's just early. It's just early. So should I move? No, I'm not going to move my stop. I would feel more comfortable if I put it. I actually have to put it all the way here, but then it's not a good entry. What am I going to do here? Let me see if I can have more information. We have an inversion here. Yeah, no, it's okay. Okay, it's right. I'm very. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, it's gonna disrespect the. I think it's gonna disrespect this one. I'm going to take this one after looking up the chart. Let me know if it's clear, if there's any questions on breaker or anything, guys. Is it 1 minute on gold? I go for it looks bearish to me. Yeah, no, it looks bullish to me, to be honest. But I think it's going to be bearish after this move. It is bearish. You are right, Sai. I don't hope I butcher your name. It is a breaker here. We have activated the breaker. We had a retest of the breaker. I just see one move up, and then I'm with you. I'm all the way with you. But I think it will make one move, one leg up more, and then it will go. I'm definitely not bearish for, not bullish for long. But I do see one more move to the upside. Why does it look bearish to you? Tell me. Am I missing something? Because I might miss something. But I think this, it will go to 52.38ish, and then we'll have to see, because there's liquidity here. And another thing why I'm very bullish at the moment, I don't know if you were, when I showed the opening range gap here, right over here, you can see we did not enter the opening range gap. We didn't even hit a quarter of that gap. So that's actually a bullish sign. So there's no weakness in the market. So, but then again, hey, it's heavily manipulated, and I know that gold can do weird things, but I'm just trying gold since Friday. So yeah, let's see. Are you in a short? So why do I go to 1 minute? Because I want to see how candles are booking. I want to see how they are forming and what they are doing, and specifically around macro times. I look how the 1 minutes, what they print, because they do leave algorithmic signatures. But I do switch along between the 1, 3, 5, as you can see here. Now I'm on the 3. But I do look at the 1 minute sometimes as well, yes. I know I was a little bit, oh, is there SMT with silver? Okay. That was something that I wanted to ask for people that traded the gold, because I have put silver on my screen, but okay, I'm gonna check quickly, because I do use SMT is very important for me, especially with NQ and ES. So if that's the case, $11.31. Let me quickly. Thank you for mentioning it. That appreciate that. So I do need to check that quickly. I already put silver on my screen because I just want to check with someone. Are you guys? Is it dollar or the silver? Because one person said to me silver, dollar. So I was wondering. No, it should be silver, right? Let me see quickly. Where is SE? Now silver did not take out that high, and I don't think it's really SMT, to be honest. They both didn't take out the high. I don't know how to pronounce your name, Saipsi. Okay, gotcha, thanks. sense. Okay, I got stopped out. It's okay. That's a stop out. I'm still bullish though, to be honest. Let's see how if it's going to go into this opening range gap. Let me look at the higher time frame. Good call. Are you in a short? Let me have a look quickly. What did I miss? Why am I? I'm not seeing that SMT. But this looks like a SMT definitely. I mean, this is definitely an SMT run. It's pretty solid. Okay, I'm looking at the 15. Are you looking at the lower time frame SMT or because on the 15 I'm not seeing it. Gold didn't take out that high. Oh yeah, okay, I see it now. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it. You know, this is what happens. You know, I had no Wi-Fi, no internet, and then I came, everything was back on, and I got on very quickly, and then you're just not sharp. That's why you always have to paper trade the first few trades before you put your money on the line. But yeah, no, this is definitely. Thank you for pointing it out. That's why I love you guys. Thank you. Yeah, I missed that SMT. Yeah, no, you're right. No, even on the 15-minute, there was SMT, but I just didn't see it. Yeah, I said there was no SMT, but that was wrong. I didn't see it. I missed it. I need better glasses, I guess. But yeah, no, there was SMT. And you know what? Also, it was 11:30, so there has to be. You know, you have to. I always look at the 15-minute, and the 15-minute candle had already formed, and it was definitely SMT. Yeah. So you were right. So that's good. So yeah, you just say Saif. Is it Saif? I don't want to butcher your name. Are you Egyptian? Is it Saif? Is it Egyptian? I think I was working with someone who was called Saif, but I don't know how you if you wrote it like that. Okay, now we're going into that opening range gap. You know, now I'm a little bit annoyed with myself that I missed that and didn't see it. To be honest. That's actually really stupid. SMT is holy. But now I know for sure that it's silver because I thought it was silver, but now you gave me the confirmation. So thank you for that. So have you been trading gold for a long time, Said? So I had a really good trade on Friday. It was actually only a paper trade though, but it was actually everything lined up, everything that I usually do on NQ. It was so clean, and I just fell in love with gold. I was like, okay, now I have to add gold to my toolbox. Oh, you're Moroccan. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it was. I think it was Egyptian, but I don't know to be honest. But I'm from the Netherlands originally, so we have a lot of Moroccans there. But I live in South Africa now. Yeah. So I still see a bullish structure though, to be honest. Even though I think it's going to go lower a little bit, but hmm, let's see. No, I can't frame a trade right now because I can. Okay, so I have graded the opening range gap, right? I use that a lot. And let's see if it's going to go further down into the range. 1138. As gold being, yes, but for the last 2 months never took a short. No, I mean that will be suicide, right? If you take a short. There has been a guy. I think there was someone that was short. I think. Well, if you've been doing that for 2 months, if you've been trying, I think you've been. People that have been doing that are not exist. They don't have an account left, I think. Look, I'm still bullish in a way, but if there's SMT, let me see. We have a change in state of delivery here on the 5-minute. Yes, we do. Now, the only thing that I don't with gold, they said it's so highly manipulated. Sometimes you can't trust these things because so it's rejecting also our 1% fair value gap that I'm using here. I don't know if it's really, is this really for, are we going further down into this gap? I would think so. And I'm with you there. I would rather wait for a proper long than take a short. Let me check a few things. Do you trade NQ as well, Sai? Or do you only trade gold? 0.27. Okay, I got you. You're done here. And Q is going down as well at the moment. Oh well, you know, I don't trust this move to the downside. I just don't trust it. I know we have some bearish scenario, but I just don't trust it at all. And I'm very tempted to try to get into a long again on gold. It's just too early at the moment. Only London session. Okay, I do London sessions as well. How is gold in London? Because a lot of people say only pre-market is good, but I've seen pretty good price action in London as well on gold. So I incorporated as well in London sessions. I mean, I've just started last week with it, but how do you find gold in London session? Is there a big difference in price action? Would you say? I think they're still good entries, right? Inversion. I'm just gonna wait. We've got all afternoon. I'm sticking around till the end of the session because I was late. So not in a rush. We've got whole PM session, lunch and PM session. So instead of doing the AM session, I'm doing lunch PM session, and I'm just gonna stick to the end because I like tape reading. Has any one of you guys took a nice short trade in the AM session? So this is one of my models, guys. the 10-4. So when the 10 prints, divide it up to the 4. But it has to be after 10 o'clock and before 11 o'clock. This was a beautiful trade. This would have been at my trade, but I didn't have any Wi-Fi or internet, so I couldn't trade. So otherwise, I would have caught most likely this move. Here, from here, boom, up to here. That's called my 10-4 model. You always see me have my 4 o'clock on my chart and my less manipulated. That's how I see. Oh, you mean in London it's less manipulated? Okay. I took a long on 2 a.m. new after retracing to 2 and then go over. Hey, interesting that you say the 2 a.m. because and you talk about 2 a.m. Eastern, right? I'm actually working on a model, especially build around the 2 a.m. Eastern on NQ. That's how I started doing it because I started seeing because I started streaming it also in London. And I always saw this move at 2 a.m. and I'm like, okay, interesting. It's either because I'm a distribution trader, so I look for AMD all the time. I'm like, interesting. I saw on the week that I was back testing it or forward testing, I should say, I saw a lot of continuation moves, or it was a manipulation move on that 2 a.m. on NQ. So I made a video on it. It's on my channel. But the last week, so that was 2 weeks ago, but the last week it's only been consolidating. So I have to do another video actually on it because I thought, oh my God, it's always, there's so much and there's so much possibilities in that move. But now I'm seeing, because I market every day and I'm still building, I'm still thinking about how I can interpret this model. But what I notice, if the 2 a.m. is just accumulation, it shouldn't be the 2 a.m. model, but then it comes in play a little bit later in London because it just creates a level that will be used at a later level. So I love it that you're saying that. I took a long at 2 a.m. after retracing to the 15 and golden confirmation. So I'm going to look into that because the 2 a.m. I think 2 a.m. is extremely, there's a lot of possibilities and a lot of people don't look at London before 3 a.m. Eastern, but there's so much possibilities before that. So interesting. I'm going to look at your trade later on. I'm very interested in what you took. So you took a long on the 2 a.m. New York after retracing to the 15-minute. Oh, we can have a look right now. But hey, I'm still bullish on this trade. But I'm just going to give it some time. I really wanted to get over this BC. CB, I'm sorry. Before I don't want another stop out. I have a loss on gold now already on my account. And I think it's 38 is in the card, so there's enough room, even though 18. Okay, it's getting a short trade. I don't like that. It's a little bit. Well, okay. I just need to wait. But I want to look at your trade, by the way. Took on 2 a.m. after retracing to 15 minutes and engulfing confirmation. Okay, let's have a look quickly. 2 a.m. Ooh, beautiful. You literally took the distribution move of the 4-hour candle. Nice. 2 to 4:30, and then it retraced back into it. Let me see how the 4-hour looks. Yeah, you got out on time. Beautiful. That was a beautiful trade. This was a good confirmation here, right? Because we went into this wick here on the 4-hour. So this would be a good entry. 4180. 4180. Now, as ICT would have said, he would have used this wick here, this long wick. Look at that. Does it match up with anything? Not really. But this is beautiful. 41. I'm gonna have a look at this level. 4180. Yeah. Yeah, this came later, so that wasn't part of the trick. That was the manipulation move to the downside, and then it closed around this area. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, I understand. But hey, I trade a lot during lunchtime. I have a few models around lunch. But then again, lunch can be pretty good, but not after. You have to have had some consolidation. But hey, there's a lot of opportunity in lunch. Don't sleep on the lunch area because I do trade a lot around 12 o'clock. But sometimes it does not. But that's why I said I'm going to wait until PM session if there's no opportunity. But we did have consolidation here, so let's see. 11:50, 12:10. There can be a lot of opportunity. Don't sleep on lunch. But yeah, I got stopped out already once, so I'm going to be patient, sitting on the hands. But hey, listen, I think we might get look at this because we've been in consolidation. We might get the move into this area during lunch thing, and they can be quite violent. Let me have a look because I've got I can check. Um, I used to do streams, and I usually came after I around 12 o'clock, 11:30ish, and wait for the 1:30 sometimes. But where are you? See, we're gonna go into. See, we're gonna get a nice move now. Into you see. What did I say? Yeah, I wouldn't enter here anymore. I would have entered instead of the long. I should have taken the short around that area because I missed the SMT, right? So that would have been. It's going to run down. It's going to be a nice run. This is a beautiful. These are those lunch runs that I love, but I miss it now. I didn't enter. Could be done here. Let's see. We have a daily high below us. But I actually love trading during lunch, to be honest. I don't. Here we go. Let's see. We are now going into. Yeah, it was a stupid trade. It was ridiculous. I should have seen the SMT. But hey, listen, that's the good thing about making mistakes. You learn from them, and especially that's why I'm not doing. I'm only doing micro gold so far. And now I know for sure because I said this morning in London, I need someone on my stream who knows how to trade gold because I want the confirmation if it's because there was a guy and he was giving me he said that I should look into in the dollar, but I said I'm not sure, I don't think that's the case. I do look at the dollar once in a while, but I stopped doing that because I got better in just reading NQ's order flow, and sometimes there was no correlation at all, and it was just very confusing. So I stopped using that, and I just use YM and ES for confluence, right? So so I was like, yeah, I think it's silver, and but he did not do that, and that's why I got confused. So I said, okay, I'll wait. I'm sure there will be someone in my stream who will give me, but yeah, there was clear S&T. So, and now we're going into the opening range gap. So that was definitely, this was actually, and then this area where I actually got, well, I did not go long. I went long a little bit lower, but when it started to go down here, that should have been, I should have known already. It was just not. But hey, listen, when you have like things like internet issues and stuff like that, and you're just running behind, you know, I don't know if you always need some time to. It's always hard to get straight back into the game then. Yeah, I mean, you never should you move your stop loss. But yeah, I've got a. It was still. I mean, it was a small loss on my evaluation, but it's still for a micro, it is still significant, I think. So, but it's okay. I mean, it happens. It's part of trading, right? But I'm still, you know, if I look at this price action again, so now we are stopping at the 25% level, right? I still have that level for some reason, and I just, okay. Now this is a rejection block for here, so it went up, that's okay. Now we're going down. We're still, this is the first presented value gap of the midnight session. So I use all the first presented. After midnight, after opening, obviously the AM session, there's a PM session, and there's a London session. Where's the London session, by the way? I'm not seeing. Oh, this should be the London session here. This is the first presented in London. Yes, here. No, not. Where are you? Oh, maybe there is no on the 5 minute. Okay, let me see. Where is? No, you're missing. See, it should be here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses. There we go. Where are you? I need my London. Here. It's my most valuable. Hey, now. You see this here? This is London first presented fair value gap. Boom. Boom. And look here. Talking about S&T and another confluence, right? So yeah, that was really, I should not have missed that trade. This is a beautiful entry here. Boom. 1124. We'll just let it play out, and there will be a nice trade in the in a bit. In the meantime, I have some more coffee, and I can prepare myself and get over my loss. Mm. You know, I don't mind taking losses, but if it's like something really stupid, I'm just going in a little bit too hasty, like I did. That really sort of like that annoys me a little bit. Because it's just, you know, that means I'm not disciplined. I don't mind if I have a good setup and I have a proper trade, and sometimes they just don't work out. I really don't mind those, but I do mind it if I miss things like, now obviously I didn't, I was still, you know, figuring out about the silver, but there were other things as well that were also, you know, indicating that it was not ready to go, and it was bearish. So that sort of like annoys me then a little bit, but it's okay. I just wanted to get in a trade, I guess. You know, even though when you have more experience, you still have those moments, and that happens on moments like if you have internet issues and you're just behind, and you just want, you have the feeling you need to catch up or something. I guess that's it a little bit. So, but I'm over it now. And you just need to journal them, and you just need to see. I forgot my, you know, my first presented value gaps to put it on. You see how valuable this information would have been. You know, it goes over it, and then you see it goes under it, and then rejects here, and then, you know, I would never ever I would have been bullish here, obviously. I was bullish here, but the moment it goes through here, this would have invalidated my trade already. So talking about, okay, so I use, so premium and discount. Sometimes when you're in extensions, I don't use those ranges because there are other ways to also get into premium and discount. Because sometimes even though you're in premium, there's still more leg to go up. Obviously, it didn't work in this one, but um, there's a lot of time-based things, and you can also use as premium and discount, even though when you're in premium or in discount itself. Yeah. But not in this situation. Definitely not. So exactly, just take it slow. You're already doing great. Just doing it live is tough. Well, just keep going. Audio, bad. It lags. Oh, really? Oh, oh. That's thank you for that feedback. Audio is bad. It lags. That's not good. Um, we need that sorted. Is it maybe? Am I too far away? I have to. Thanks for giving that feedback. I appreciate it because the audio should be okay. It's horrible when it's not okay. I hate that to listen to. Let me just double. I need to double check something. Hold on. Audio should be okay. It's horrible when it's not okay. I hate that to listen to. Let me just double. I need to double check something. Hold on. Okay, I just need to get it. I need to double check that. But thank you for the feedback. I don't know what to do. I can't do anything about it right now. So the sound is good, but it is late. So if I talk, what I understand from you is you receive the sound later than when I speak. Is that it, or is the sound bad? It could be maybe YouTube, but yeah. But so I just love doing this, but the only thing that I need to, because I love sharing stuff, and sometimes it's hard to trade properly as well when you are to get in your own trade. It's easy to put a paper trade on, but also then I want to put it on my other account. I sort of like have to balance that a little bit. So, but yeah, I just love doing it, and I just started. So this is as a new tuber, you're allowed to make mistakes, but at some point you want to have things, improved, like sound, um, the how it looks and things like that, and have some more have structure in your streams. For me, it's important also to have a element of educational stuff. So in London tomorrow, I want to um, add some educational, a little piece of education, because I had another subscriber who wants me to talk about intermediate term highs, lows, and he was studying ICT, and he says it's quite confusing. And I said, I know, I've done it too, but I've been, and he says, could you make a video on it? I said, okay, I'll do that. But then I thought yesterday, why don't I implement it? In my session, especially in London, we have more time, right? So, and then I can also show it live on stream. So that's what I want to really try to do, make it educational as well, besides just trading and obviously just hanging out and having fun. So that's the point I want to do, and help people speed up their process of learning, and obviously grow together. I'm a lifetime student of the markets. Um, I'm still, I think you're never done, and especially with ICT, there's so much to learn. I guess, you know, and you can master one piece of it, but then again, there's so much more to it. So yeah, and I just love. I can talk about charts all day. I just love tape reading, and it really helps me as well to trade actually better. You wouldn't say from this trade though, but there was. But hey, yeah, if you journal it, it's all fine, right? Because you know, you still, even though you get better in things, you still make some old mistakes, but you make them less. That's the thing where improvement is. It's not that, you know, and even FOMO, to be honest, it doesn't really. It's not like click and you know you're done. It's gone forever. It just happens lesser and lesser. And that's where the improvement is. But sometimes you still fall into that um, in that fall. And this other little things like FOMO, you still have it like, oh, okay, but you recognize it and you can call it out. But it's not like people think, oh, when was it the moment that you never had it anymore? No, in all honesty, it still happens, but you know, it's not as much as when I started. I don't know if you can relate to that. Um, it's a brain, you know, it's biology. It's not, it doesn't have to do anything with um, discipline. It is discipline, obviously, but it's also biology. It's how your brain reacts to losses and fight and flight thing. So it's quite interesting, actually. If you get into, if you study the brain a little bit, and then it's like, oh, now I understand. Yeah, it's not, well, you know, you must also realize that the markets are designed for us to lose money as retail. So they are designed again around fear and greed. So that's why we fall in that trap sometimes. And um, so it's really not. It's not really. Yeah, it is. I also thought, oh my god, I think the only addiction that I have is getting back into a trade. But it's like a loop. I made a video on it, by the way. How to stop over trading or revenge trading, because it's like if you have a loss, for example, your brain wants to fix it. Now, the solution is either you have to walk away, right? It's very easy to say, oh, you just walk away. But that's the thing. Your brain actually prevents you from, no, no, you have to fix it now. So, and that means we go back into a trade to, so, oh, it's just a little loss. If I make that back, I'll be fine. But then again, you get another loss, right? But you know how you can also close that loop? So, but I can't do that on stream, obviously, because I'm streaming. But either you walk away and you have to get your cortisol down again, and your amygdala, that's the part of the brain that goes raises all those levels. But you can also start journaling. The moment you have a losing trade, you journal that trade straight away. It sounds very counterproductive, but your brain sees it as a closed loop. So you don't have the urge to go back into to revenge trade or to go back and to solve it. But the journaling is already for your brain, helps you, gives a signal that it's a closed loop. The loop is closed. And then you can bring yourself back to neutral. But if I don't do that, I can still fall in that trap. And it's a nasty one. Because the brain it plays with your it just takes over. It just sort of takes over, right? You have no control over it. It's really weird, actually, if you think about it. If you have no other addiction, you're very disciplined. But sometimes this whole weird thing with overtrading, it's really weird, right? And especially if you reach, like, if you're profitable and you're doing really well, then, you know, that's how I got really interested in it. Like, how was it possible that I thought I grew so much, and I have, you know, and I also noticed this from other people that I was really, I know they're very good traders, and we talked about it. I'm like, wow, it's so interesting. So I started looking into it, and so I made one video on it because it's so interesting, actually, and I've come to terms with it, that it's not like, you know, because I was really starting to doubt myself, like, what's wrong with me? Is something really wrong with me? But hey, listen, we are in very hostile territory. They don't want us to make money. So, you know, so we have to be proud that we are doing how we're doing. But just have to realize that it's not only discipline, it's biology. That's why we trade like we are doing. Okay, so I'm still very interested in a long. I've been long biased forever, but I don't want to be in too early because I know that's a little bit the trap, right? If you go in too early around this time. But I'm going to wait. I see a little bit of a bullish structure forming again. See, it's rejecting now here. It rejected off the 830. No, they don't. No, yeah, they don't want us to make money. They want our money. They want us to be liquidity, right? Yeah. So once you understand that a little bit, it's just because I was really like, oh my god, I need to see a shrink or something. Something's really wrong with me. But we have to be patient. Patience is always rewarded, right? Always. Did you capitalize on the NQ move? No, I have not because I wasn't. I had Wi-Fi issue. Was that a good move? Let me check. Okay, I'll go to NQ quickly because we're just consolidating here at the moment. So let me go to NQ. I'll change to NQ. I hope to have a good trade later on, or a wow. I did not capitalize on that short. Um, it's a little bit similar to gold, right? Because I still have this one higher leg up also in my mind, to be honest. On both actually, I have a, but it doesn't look bullish to me at all. Hmm. Did you capitalize on it? Did you take that short? Hey, you see that 12 o'clock? Nice distribution move. 11:45, 11:30. Right back to 4 o'clock. I love those times. Yeah, those times are so valuable. You see on the gold that I used at 4 o'clock, and you see how they are both are price goes back to them all the time, even though when the model doesn't work out, um, they are used for sort of like resistance and support in a way if they are not used as a Let me put it that way. If they're not used in a distribution move, so the 10-4, if I talk about the 10-4, so if the 10 o'clock prints and there's a distribution move, a lot of the time it will go to a 10 o'clock, to a 10 o'clock. So it's either the one of today or of the yesterday, and it's also 10-4. They work in conjunction. So it's most of the times the distribution move within a, let's say the 4-hour candle or the 1-hour candle. I took the long after market open manipulation, took it from IFUG with ESSMT as confirmation. On NQ. Mm-hmm. We can see it already here in the 3-minute. Yeah. AMD, baby. It doesn't get more beautiful than this. A and D. That's what I also, this is, yeah, beautiful. As clear as day. And you know, also what gave the confirmation is that it didn't hit the, it just went to a 1/3 of the first presented, no, it went to the 1/3 of the opening range gap. I'm going to get rid of these lines here. I don't want those. And it also, this is the first presented of London. You see here, you get a retest. I would have entered here as well. I would have entered, if I would have been trading, let me go to the 1 minute. My 4 o'clock is here. On the 3 minute, it was also the London first presented, and here we go over the first percent of the AM session. I would have entered here already, 952 in a macro. Boom. And I would calculate then the manipulation move. I would put a macro step on it. I would have used the time. If I would see it will be moving here and it's 10:05, I would stay in it and I would try to ride it up to the 10 past 10. But I would be careful. I always like the 125. I always use these sometimes as well, especially on the higher time frame. So, but in this case, I would have gotten out around 175-ish, and it was also around the 1010. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. This would have been my trade here. I would have gone in this one 952, and then it's also a breaker here, right? You got a breaker. So this was actually the same trade I took on gold, which filled. You know, I think maybe that's my I did see it when the Wi-Fi came back up. I did see this, and I thought, okay, this would have been a nice trade. So I guess I was mimicking this one. You see the breaker here? It sort of like looks like the gold one, right? Let me put the breaker on. Let me get rid of the. Yeah, I would have used this breaker here. $9.52 was here. So technically, we did not really. If you consider the wicks, though, then we did. But I would have still entered here because it was very bullish because of this one here. Boom. You were interested in previous day's high only. Yeah. Was there a previous day high? But I use this as an extra confluence. I probably have some other confluences as well. And I've got other screens that I don't show because otherwise people are complaining that it's too busy. So I'm always like, I'm looking at other screens when I'm on screen. You know what else was there? Let me, there was something else very interesting there. Hold on. Where are you? Oh no, okay, there wasn't really. Yeah, we blasted through the previous day high. But you know, the only thing that I wouldn't be because of the wish there, I would be a little bit careful. Like, is it going to take it out or is it going to reject there, right? But yeah, it's a beautiful trade. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Um, and now we're in consolidation. And you said there's a 1 hour FTT as well. Yes, and we're in it now. Yeah. So we just made an equal high on the 1 hour. So yeah, I'm still bullish higher time frame. It's just the question is how low are we going to go before we go back up? There's 1 hour as well. If you go to the 1 hour, we're in a 1 hour SIBI as well. Let me show you. Um, see, we're here on this one here. We still have a little room to go. Oh, you need to go. What are you doing? There you go. A little gap here. See that? 194. Move this here. Put the monthly open here. Hmm. Okay, let's just focus on NQ for now because I don't like how gold is. I'm gonna leave this here. It's raining pretty hard. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's raining really, really hard. Now let's have a. Yeah. I still think we're going to go a little bit higher, but I took a small L on gold just now, so I don't want to enter too early. So I'm just sort of like thinking, but I don't want to miss the move either because we have been rejecting here of the 0.33. Now I would 897. Yeah, the move already too. I'll just have to wait a little bit longer. It's went dark fast in the back. What time is it? Oh, you see, yeah, that's funny. I'm in South Africa, and we have once it goes dark, it goes really. It's funny because you are everybody says it. Oh, look at that! It goes so fast. It is right now 6:30 in the evening, but we get like when it's dark, it's dark. It just goes. We don't have really like in the Netherlands. We in summertime. So it's summer now here, or our summer is starting. Um, but and it's not the moon that you see in the back. It's a lamp. There are people thinking that was the moon. They were like, your moon doesn't. Does the moon in South Africa not move? I said, no, it's not the moon. It's just a lamp. But yeah, it goes fast here. Yeah. So I live in the bush, and we don't go out at night because at night we're on the menu, I guess, and there's leopards around and stuff like that. I'm not living there now. I'm in a beach town now. But in the bush, at night we just, in daytime we can walk around, it's okay. But at nighttime, you just don't go out. You can go out by car, go to friends and things like that. But you don't walk around because leopards can walk anywhere, and we've got hippos there, and they come out of the water, right? So you have to be very careful at night. So you have a veranda, you sit outside, but you don't walk outside. And if you go to your neighbors, you take the car, for example. But anyway, that's not here. That's not the situation here, though. I do have monkeys here in daytime, but they're very cute. They don't do any harm. They're just cute. Yeah. But good observation. It's a little bit different summertime. In the Netherlands, when it's summer, it's like light until I think at the latest. Sometimes it's I think when on the peak of summer before we go back into I think it doesn't turn dark until 10, 11 p.m. So, but I actually like it when it gets dark because I wake up very early here. Um, you know, so it's about 4 a.m. that I wake up here, especially when it gets really hot. You want to do things. It's actually a sick background. Yeah, it's beautiful. I've got ocean view here. It's really nice. It's sort of like a nature reserve. There are houses here, but we are behind a nature reserve, so there's a lot of nature, trees here. Um, South Africa has beautiful nature. I mean, I must say, South Africa is a beautiful country. We have, it's very diverse. Um, yeah, that's why I moved from the Netherlands because it's too crowded. It's very busy, right? Even when you live in the suburbs, it's really busy. But we have beach, we've got bush, we've got mountains, you've got everything here to your liking. And as long as you don't live in the city, because cities can be a little bit dangerous, your life is pretty good out here. It's very safe, and it's a good work balance. Yeah, I like it. I'm really happy here. And I used to be very asthmatic in the Netherlands, and I don't have that anymore because there's more trees and more nature around. So I guess my oxygen, there's more oxygen here, I would say, maybe, I don't know. But I used to work in the airport in the Netherlands, so I guess the kerosene smells are not really that good to inhale on a daily basis. So, but yeah, cities, I don't like any city. I mean, I like to go to the city sometimes, but I don't want to live in a city anymore. I used to live in Amsterdam and The Hague. It was nice when I was young because I like to go to parties and museum and stuff like that. But at some point, you just want to have more silence and just more, less people around, so to speak. Yeah. Now we are weaking into a first presented fair value gap that is sort of like a retest, which is actually, in this case, I would say bearish. Good for you, made me jealous. Yeah, well, I might be a little bit older than you are. So how old are you, if I may ask? Because it took me quite a few years to get there, and the trading helped me. Because of the trading, I could move, and I could, because I'm not allowed to make any money here in South Africa, so I needed something else that I could live off. So when I got profitable, I could stay here, and I could show them, okay, I make enough money, but not in South Africa. It's not South African money because I'm not allowed to take a job from a South African. So I need to be able to make a living with money coming from outside. So that's what trading brought me. Um, so once you're profitable, you can live anywhere in the world. That's literally the situation. Now look, if I'm looking at the 1 minute structure, doesn't it look bullish again? Don't you see here a bullish structure? Okay. Yeah, I mean it's oh, I need to check something. I hear some fighting of animals, cats, by the way. But my cats are here, so I need to check if they're not. What's going on? I need to check if they don't go into my kitchen. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. There we go. Yeah. God, this price action is so boring, actually. Um, 12:33. I think we really have to wait a little bit longer now for a good trade and let this just play out, and maybe even wait for the 1 o'clock move. So that's about. Oh, it's almost. It's 12:33 already. Time goes fast. So that's okay. But look, I do think if I look at the structure here, Yeah, but we also have this opening range gap below, so we still have some. We should go into the gap as well a little bit more, but we took out liquidity here. We're tracing. Oh, we'll just wait. No, I'm not taking anything. I can frame it both ways at the moment because I'm like, okay, we're in the gap. It hit the 1/3. It could go to the 0.5 before heading up back up. It could go back up from here as well. Let's see if we have any OTE levels. You're totally right. We need to wait. Patience. I have already one L, so I don't want to have two L's. Not before the PM session. Unacceptable. You see, there's a difference if you calculate the move from here, right? But we did hit 0. We did not hit 0.5, but if you consider this a balanced price range, and you have a intermediate term high here as well, you already see we hit the 0.5 here, and here we're a little bit low, so it could be done already to take enough to go further down. It doesn't have to go higher up. This is the 10. Okay. This 4-hour candle is very bearish, right? There's a wick here. You go away. We took out liquidity. We have a very nice long wick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That long wick, this one. But, if we go to the 0.5, so what I'm looking, if we go from external liquidity to internal liquidity to external, right? And we stick to the 4-hour. Let's say we are going to the 50% of the opening range gap. Let's say we're not going to fill the whole gap, right? We go to this level, 0.5, and then, so that's right over here on that is around the N walk. Do you see that? So let me change this a little bit here. Let me bring this in. So let's pretend we are going down, for example, to the 0.5, which is close to the N walk. Then we take out another 4-hour candle here. We take out a low, and we go into this fair value gap to internal liquidity, right? So now maybe we do that with the next 4-hour candle, which is after 2 o'clock. So that could be a scenario too. So what if, just making some scenarios already. What if the next, or either we do it with this 4-hour candle, we go into this fair value gap here, and we go into the N walk, and then we take out internal liquidity. So what do we do after we take out internal liquidity? We go back to take external liquidity, right? But the question is, are we going to go down to take the external liquidity, or are we going to go back up to take this one here? Yeah. Well, let's see what happens. So if we would bounce off this area, then I would be extremely, extremely bullish because that means we went into this N walk again. And if we don't go, what is that? Did you? Okay. So we really need to see what it's going to do. We just have to be patient. We just have to be patient. But I think this is a nice scenario. 0.5 of the opening range gap, which coincides with the N walk. We know it's a magnet, right? And then let's see what it does. If it goes below it, then we are going to look at these levels, but then get more bearish, I guess. Then it might go to this wick, right? Now ICT uses the daily most of the time. Oh, we do have a daily wick here as well. Yeah. Okay. Well, I should calculate that one. Let me just do that. It's a large one. You only see CME. What do you mean? You only see me. What do you mean? Because in CFD we hit that 4 hour, and that's one useful with SMT for my long. Because in CFD we hit that 4 hour fair value gap, and that's when I use SMT for my long. Oh, I have to double check what you're saying. Hold on, let me go back to that. We're talking NQ, right? You said I don't think I see. Hey, future CME. I'm on Well, I'm on the Nasdaq. That's CME, yes. Hey, Richard, you were right yesterday with that short. Yeah, you have to use NQ US 100, correct? Yes, but they might differ a little bit, I think. Yeah. Richard, I was thinking about what you asked yesterday about the intermediate term high, lows, and things like that. So I think I'm going to incorporate it in the London session tomorrow, so I can do live examples and some stuff. Um, yes, 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 you are. It was a beautiful move, by the way, but it came at 3:30, right? But I think if I look back on that and go back into if I use the intermediate term lows and short time, if I would implement that, then I think it would have been very visible already. And today I made another mistake with on gold with the short, but I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I came back and I thought, oh, I was too eager to get in, so I have an L on my evaluation today on gold. So now I'm patiently waiting. So yes, I need to wait. But no, you were right about that long. That was just a retracement that I got in. Yeah. But hey, shit happens, right? Hmm. Yesterday was tough for me to read, to be honest. In all honesty, yeah. Did you do any trades today, by the way? Did you have any? I think you took that long, most likely at the open. Yeah, yesterday I just did not. I was really well. I'm a distribution trader, right? I think it's the lack of. It was very unclear and a lot of manipulation. But hey, it was actually not very unclear because it just took more time, right? That period, that time that I got caught, that we were talking. Oh, you said the short, I said long. It was just consolidating, and just have to wait. And then if you saw that move at the end, it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. Yeah. But did you take that long at the open? It was quite beautiful, actually. Thank you. Thank you, baby. I still love you, but yeah, you need to share me now with gold. But we have to be patient. Yes. So I was thinking to really make it. Well, I'm going to make clips of it. So I really want to try to make it very structured. Um, So I want to have a structure. So, but if it's too busy, we can trade all London. I'm not going to do it. Then I have to do it separately. But if there's like consolidation and we have enough time, then I wanted to implement that more in London session, just, topics that are interesting. So we can implement them straight away, go over them, and just, have a partial of the London session to that. But yeah, we'll see. But it's not like a one-time thing, by the way. So because it's quite complicated to especially the intermediate term highs, to locate them, as there are actually two of them. They have two functions, two different ones. So you need to practice it. And also for me, I have to really get back into it. I just want to ask you, Richard, I saw on your on one of your, I want to do it manually, but I did see that you sent me a print one time, and I think they were on your charts. Did you do it? I think it was automated, right? Did you use a indicator for that? Now, I don't want to use another indicator, but I think it's good sometimes, especially when we start doing it, to check it. And then it's good to have an indicator just to switch it on to see if we use the correct one. Now, let's see if we can go to 0.5 level here, which is the N walk. I would say we're going to the N walk because we're going to take liquidity, and we're probably going to do that in the macro. Yes, so 0.5 of the opening range gap is also the N walk. How is that coincidental, right? That those levels match up again. No, not for these sessions, but for I think when you sent me your trades, I noticed on your chart, or I'm confusing you with someone else, that it had the intermediate term highs, the ITH, and it had that indicated on it. So I thought you were. I think I deleted, or I think I cleaned my mail already. Let me check. But I think it was you that I said, oh, well, it's very, I don't have them anymore. Or I do actually. Hold on. Who sent it to me? No, so it wasn't you. Oh, I did see that I sent you those the digital time theory. Have you gone over that, by the way? No. So there's someone else send it to me. Okay, I have to think about that because I don't have any other emails. I deleted those, I guess. I thought it was you, but it wasn't you. No, you're the king of NQ, so you don't need it actually. No, but no, it wasn't you. Correct. It was someone else, but I have to figure out who it was. But have you managed to go over um, digital time theory? Oh, yeah, didn't have time. No, it's a lot going into streams. Yes, and as a king, it's a busy life, right? There's a lot of things you need to do. Well, not today and not yesterday, but hey, sometimes I feel like I think but you know, the moment that I think that I know the levels, I get humbled straight away. You know, it also is so funny. Sometimes you feel like, you know, I don't do that anymore. But like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get it's 50-50. I'm just gonna get in. But why is it? It never works. So normally you would say like if you would gamble, sometimes you'll be lucky, right? But if I gamble, it's always a loss. It's always a loss. It's like I don't know. So it's not an option anymore. I guess the it is not favorable for me. Now, well, we can start with the intermediate, you know. So ICT said in the 2022 video, we can go. We're just slowly working our way down anyway. I think we're going into that end walk. Let me go back to the 1 hour. Um, so something that ICT said, because I went back into my notes, because if I make a video or talk about it, I really have to, you know, refresh myself. Because I stop using them actively, and then you start forgetting little things, right? So in 2022 video, I think you saw that one in this weekend. He said the intermediate term highs have two functions. So if you have an intermediate term high, you always have two short term highs lower than it, right? That makes one intermediate term high. But he also qualifies an intermediate term high if it closes a gap or it closes an imbalance. So even though it doesn't have then two lower short-term highs below it, you know, because it has to intermediate term high, you have one, then you have two lower short-term highs. But if it if a high forms and it closes an fair value gap, it's also considered an intermediate term high, but it could have a short-term high higher than it, and then it would indicate very weak market. So the intermediate terms are tricky because it's not only the one, because that's what you see on most videos that people are making. They only say, okay, an intermediate term high is the one that has two short-term highs next to it, right? But that's not the case. So that's a very important distinguishment of the intermediate term high. And the long-term high, we'll go over more examples, is the one that goes in a higher time frame PD array. So it would be a high if you have a high that goes into a 4-hour fair value gap, or it takes out a high. Then you have a long-term high, right? The long-term highs define the dealing range. It's a full dealing range. And then the intermediate term highs, those are more difficult to trace because they have two, you have to interpret them in two ways. So that's why I want to go over them and see live examples and start practicing it again. So, but this, for example, here, this one here, did it close the gap? Yes. ICT in that 2022 video, this would be, he says this he would label intermediate, this would be an intermediate term high anyway, whatever happens, because it closes the gap here. So this is an intermediate term high. He doesn't even look if there are two short-term high. In this case, there are, right? Because you got a short-term high here and a short-term high here. But this would be, but if there will be another one here, this one will be higher, but this one will close the gap. You would label this as well short intermediate term high because it closed this fair value gap. No matter what this will be here, he doesn't care. This closed the gap here. So, no, I don't have Telegram. I actually don't have any other I did start a X account with this with my with my YouTube name, but it's just so negative at the moment. Everybody's fighting there with each other, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to build my own community here on YouTube. So I'm actually not doing anything else, which might not be a smart move. But on the other hand, have you seen my subs? What happened in London? I went from 75 to 81 in London, so that's a pretty awesome move. So, and I mean, I'm just in 6 weeks, right? So I think I'm doing pretty well, and also the hours are pretty good. It's a very small group, but it's such a nice, you know, there are very it's exactly the people that I want, exactly the people that I was thinking when I would start, that are attracted to it. And yeah, it's just amazing. It's just such a, they were very interactive and they're very knowledgeable. You know, it's like yourself. It's just most people are really, and you know, I like a mixed group of people, and there's no one is weird. Well, we had one weird guy. I think you were there as well. I think that was the only time that has happened in almost 1.5 months. So, and we'll, you know, I deal with that very quickly with those no-nos. But yeah, it's just amazing. It's just really it's really amazing. So up to 100. Yeah, I remember you're my number 70. I will never forget that. You are my number 72. I made a. You must have seen the short. Yeah. Mm. But no, it's just amazing. You know that the kind of people that you want are also the type of people that you attract, and it's just, yeah, slowly building a nice community here. We're getting there, and it's really starting to form. Yeah, yeah, it's really nice. But yeah, we'll see. And I love it if people are. I think I'm bearish now. Yes, I have to agree. I really think. Look at the. I think we're going to the 0.5 and to the N walk, and let's see if it goes below the N walk. Well, I was actually bearish already, and oh yeah, and then going back to the intermediate high. This will be a safe high then, right? You don't want this to be taken out. But then it gets a little bit tricky when you go lower. Now, what's the intermediate term? What's the short term? Now we have a short term high here, and we have got a short term high here, right? So now what are these? Well, yes, we need to find a trade, but I would rather wait now. I think this is a safe trade to take it down to the 0 point to the N walk. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. You're right. Yes. Okay. But it could still go up a little bit and retest this first presented. I'm going to. There's a real gap in the US 100 in discount. Probably going to close it in PM. You mean lower? The gap that is lower, because we still have a gap open from from the weekend gap, as you call it. Okay, guys, it's a safe trade to the N walk. It's still 30 points. 866. Yeah. We're below the 4 o'clock. I'm gonna wait because I want a really, 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 really good trade. I want really a solid. I want a really like a 50, 60 point move at the. You know, I that's my. Then I get really excited. I want a really, really a large distribution move. So I'm gonna. Well, I might have to wait another. Hey, look. you might get a, I'm looking at the, oh, I have to go to the 4 hour. Hold on. Let's see if the 4 hour, the 2 o'clock is going to give a nice distribution move to the downside. Or the only thing that might confuse me a little bit is if this 4 o'clock candle goes into this fair value gap. Then that might confuse me for the next move. I would rather have it not do it. But I think it's going to go do it because I think it's going to go into this, yeah. This is a long guy, a short, into the N walk. Yeah, we're waiting because it can, this is a suspension block here. Is it? No, it's not. No suspension. No suspension. 862. There we go. It's going to 862. 862 on the go. Okay, I'm no FOMO. Let it go. Now this is also intermediate term. So this is a good example, Richard. This is also intermediate term high because it also formed the gap, and because there is one here as well, you already know it's getting heavy. So this is already a bearish. This is already indicating that this intermediate term high did not have two short-term highs next to each other. So this was already signaling bearish price action coming. Because this one closed this imbalance. So no matter what, it is an intermediate term high, this one. But it doesn't have a short-term high lower to it, right? So this is already indicating we're going lower. You see that? That's what he goes over in the 2022 video. So this is indicating, if you see this, you can indicate we hit a monthly open. So I do think we're going to go, we get a reaction here. So you see that, Richard? Because this close, and you label it intermediate, but you don't have a short-term, high lower from it. So then, okay, we're getting bearish here. Yeah, okay. Oh, you saw it. Well, I guess you saw that yesterday too, so you could have taught me. I think that's why I went wrong yesterday. I think it was yesterday the same situation. But you said you wanted a video on, you wanted to have more information on it. So if you know, why do you want me to make a video on it? I will do it anyway for other people, but I thought you were looking for it. But I thought you said yesterday it's hard to understand the video, but you see it already. You just, I think you're playing me. You're just fooling around to see how much knowledge I have. Oh, I love it. I guess that's why you're my number 70. You're keeping me on my toes. Okay, so we went below the, okay, so Saif said it's in the CFD, so I guess that gap is below. So I guess we're going now to, we hit the 0.5. So I'm going to put the yellow block back in. Richard is going to complain because he doesn't like all the colors, but we need to, it's just to see how low we go into the gap. So we below the 0.5. Let's see, we hit the 0.66. Okay, no, you definitely understood it, yeah. But I think there are, you know, when I'm not sure about it is with wicks. When they're so with fair value gaps, it's very clear to me. But with wicks, I think it's similar. I think he said it's the same, but um, but I think yesterday was the same, right? With the intermediate term high, and that it was forming, it was closing all these fair value gaps, and I think it was the same situation. So, but anyway, we learn every 1% better every day, every stream. It doesn't matter how much we learn. As long as we learn every day a little bit, it's all good, right? Okay, now let's go down further. We're going to the event horizon or not? Now we missed that trade. Now actually that sucks, Richard, to be honest. Because if we actually, yeah, it's not my day. Yesterday also not. I'm just always behind now. Yeah, you can't be you can't be, you know, that's part of being a trader. Sometimes you feel the market really, really well, but also when you stream, there is a really a difference. When, you know, you do analysis, you can do very good analysis, but your execution can still suck. So that means you still have a losing trade, even though your analysis is really fine. They're two different things. I'm telling you, analysis can be spot on, but then when you try to trade, you know, you're either too late or your execution sucks, or you get, it's just, you know, sometimes they're both, you know, they're in sync. But as a YouTuber or as a streamer, also going into explaining stuff and stuff like that, I really noticed that these two things are really, really different. And sometimes I can have really good analysis, but I really suck at execution still, or sometimes they are really spot on, both of them, and that those are really good day. You feel like, oh my god, you know, everything is going well, and sometimes both go shit. But I get, yeah. I think he will go until we take an Asia low. Okay. Yeah, you know, we passed the 0.5 of the gap, so it is very probable that we are going lower. We're going into, let me show you in the daily wick, like ICT has been showing us, this daily wick here. But we also have a wick here. Let me mark that one. This one is more prominent. We are going into this wick here, yesterday's wick. So I want to take a short. We're at the end of the macro, so I'm not doing it. But the daily open is, I think it might have a small reaction here because we hit the midnight now. And it's a first presented fair value gap of the open. So we might see a little, let's see what happens here. We're at the end of a macro. It's 1:08. 5, let's see. It's just going. Yeah. It's below it now. Yeah, it's just dropping. Damn, it's a beautiful move. Yeah, it's 753. It might hold a little bit. And we have now the settlement price. We're hitting settlement price now. So let's see now if it rejects here exactly. 762 is settlement price of yesterday. That's also liquidity, point of liquidity. So yeah, it's just going. Wow, is there news again, guys? Is there something? Is there some kind of news? You said yellow for the news, right? But normally, well, I'm gonna get a trade, but I'm just gonna let this one now run. I missed this one, which sucks, but it's okay. Oh, we actually had at 8:30 the Empire State Manufacturing Index, which was an orange folder, and we have a lot of FOMC members speaking. Hey, the range is very overextended, so that's why I'm also like, I'm using ranges, and we're overextended by 100 points already. Hey Mike, could it be 11 o'clock? Remember, because I changed all my streams to in the morning, so preferably not 8 o'clock. If it could be 11, but if it's 8 o'clock, let me know. Then I just have to readjust a little bit. That's fine. But preferably, I thought we agreed to 11 o'clock on Thursdays. Let me know. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay. Okay. We might get a V-shaped recovery at the 130. Let it run, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. We're gonna catch you, NQ. We're gonna catch you. I'm not letting you off the hook. Mm-mm, mm-mm. 671. So we still have about 60 points to go to the downside. And then we have the N walk, which is coming. But I'm going to wait for a retracement. I'm just going to let this go. See, we got a new event horizon here, guys. You see that on the, let me show you. So event horizon is right over here. That's the midpoint between two NWOs, which is a very important point, 634. It's just not to get in, but I can't do it. It's against my, I cannot trade like that. I'm just going to wait for retracement, and then we're going to go further down. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I just wonder if there's news or something. But this was, this was definitely an entry, Richard, and you know why? 1249 is a start. If you have something like that, if that happens before a macro start, technically you can already think the macro has already started at 1249 because you have the close of this value gap with a wick. And then the macro, we just consolidated, and then we had a run exactly at 1 o'clock. Beautiful, just beautiful. Okay, sorted. Just beautiful run, but it would have been more beautiful to be in it, right? Okay, remember we have this fair value gap from yesterday. We only went to 1/3 level yesterday. So I am anticipating, I'm hoping that we get a nice retracement to the upside. And then we can have a very solid trade to the downside with a large number of moves. It's running now, but it's okay. Let it go. I mean, I hope someone is in it, by the way. Yeah. So the 4 hours is still 45 minutes to go. We might get a retracement to the upside, right? And then right from here. Oh, it's gonna be. We're gonna have a nice entry. I'm not worried at all. Remember the 4 hour will have a retracement 20, 30, 40% as well. So let's see if we're going to get the retracement now, and then let's see if the 2 o'clock. So the 1:30 to 2 o'clock sets the stage for the PM session, right? So this, I don't get FOMO of a move like this. I love seeing it, but we could have been in because we actually go on the 3-minute. Oh shit, we want to be on the 3-minute here. What do you want me to look at? See, we hit the 0.25 of that daily wick. Now, I think we're going to go up for a while. So we're going to get a minor retracement. And I think we can frame a trade then for the 130 move. We have a nice fair value gap, 4 hours very bearish, yes. Yeah. Now, what are we going to retest? At 1:30, we're going to get a new first presented fair value gap, which is going to form. And we did not hit the event horizon yet, so that's still here. Exactly around the 0.33. You see that it goes back and forth for some reason. I don't know why it does that. But anyway, there is one here. Oh, I know why it does that. It does that because it passes through an older fair value gap here, and walk. You see, there's a very tiny one here. very small one. So it goes over and then it changes from the event horizon between this one and this one. But the moment it goes below this, then there is an event horizon here because we have an N walk here. So that's why it does that, but it's okay. Yeah, I think people can take, if you want to take a long, you can take a long in the 120 move, I think. Let me see. I'm going to wait for a short. I'm just going to go for, because we've got so many levels still below us. I don't want to take a long right now. I'm just going to wait for a solid short. And we really overextended this range though. Yeah. We are 200 points over the range in this. It's a 200 points overextension. So are we done for now? Is it a long and then a consolidation and then another short? Or are we going to consolidate now? Are we going to go into consolidation now? Okay, let's have a look. You could also scalp a little bit today. If I'm not in my... Okay, here we go. Inversion. Here, boom. Retest 120 and we go get up this. Well, that was a trade I wanted to take actually. Like I said, this is a beautiful V-shaped recovery. Breaker, 422, retest, boom. I think this is a long, guys. I'm just going to paper trade this one. Stop loss below the break. Is it still 134 ticks? Are you kidding me? Ha! Paper trading. Okay. The only reason that I would take it, it's time. It is just, I don't think it's time that it's going to go back down already. But it does look it just on the 15-minute, it doesn't look very bullish, does it? It's a paper, I'm just paper trading. We're overextended in the range. It needs to settle down a little bit, but then look at this one here. Yeah, I'm not doing my evaluation. I'm waiting for my Where are you? $7.92. I'm going to lower my TP a little bit to 7.92. Yeah, that's it. So this is the trade. That's it, just a scalp. I consider this a scalp. Not on my evaluation, just a paper trade. It's a paper trade, Richard. I'm not in an evaluation or in anything live. So because we had such a move and we went into it still looks weak, right? You can tell it doesn't really want to go up very decisive. It's going up though, but it's still. I really want to see that at 130, it's really sort of done with the move up. So I really want to see, like, if you look at the 3-minute and the 5-minute, there is no breaker or no fair value. There's no order block here. It's just on close down. So this breaker is not a valid breaker in the sense of a breaker trade, right? Even though that's why I used the inversion for just a small move up. Hey, see, it didn't tag me. Okay, you see, I took a paper trade, but it tagged it, but it didn't take me out. You see that? So it was a good trade, but it did not hit it. But this paper trading, it doesn't take it out. You see, it hit the level. It's exactly the good level. So I think this should be a short from, I think we should get ready for a short, but I'm just going to wait a little bit more. But you see, just exactly this level, and boom, it didn't take it out. I'm going to close this one because the level was hit. And it goes down. Um, pa, 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 pum. I think it's enough. I think it's. So you see, there's nothing. We do have a value gap here still. It does not have to go up very far. It hit the 0.5. The level was pretty. It was really just on the tick, but I just don't want to see it go over that level. I want it to go down from here again. Okay, 130 coming. Oh, yeah. Now I'm not sure. I technically it could go down from here. It has enough liquidity. Um, it could continue the move down from here though. Is it going back to midnight? I'm getting in a short. The paper trading doesn't work anymore. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's going up first. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. Thank you. This is a crazy move, guys, if it goes down again, because it's so overextended already. It's so overextended that it just doesn't make sense. But on the other hand, five three five weekly open. Okay, this is going to be it. Bring out the big guns. You know, I think it might be. It's Wednesday today, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Um, we might get into consolidation because it's such a big. We had such a large move, and it's just getting time. You know, we have so much time for this move. We've got the whole afternoon, so I don't think it's. I'm not in my evaluation. I'm not in yet. I think it's not going to go yet. I think it's just waiting. It's going to use the 130 move as maybe consolidation. I think a lot of people are caught off guard that they think it will go higher. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to either consolidate. I think he will respond. He entered in. Who entered? Yeah, it's great. Wait. Yeah. It doesn't make sense if it goes down. I think I think the move to the downside is too early. I think it's yeah. I'll be stopped out because it just there's not much. I think it's going to stall a lot some time now, and just wait till after 10 past 2. I think then the move will come. So it's okay. Yeah, again too early. Hey, but I'm gonna get a killer move on that trade because we're gonna go higher, and it makes sense, right? I mean, we need to get. It doesn't make sense if we go down. So see 4 hours retracing now. That's okay, and then we get an open, and question is, are we going to get continuation or is this it? It's still bullish on the 4 hour, don't you think, Richard? I don't think it's bearish. We took internal liquidity for the 4 hour, took external, internal. Ugh, I just don't know at the moment. I just seem to be, every time I feel like I'm too late with my analysis. We took internal now. So the same 4 hour candle took external and then same 4 hour went to the lower side to take internal. So that means you need to wait for the next 4 hour candle. It met its objective. So it went exactly to the 25% of the daily wick. So I guess that really works, right? Those wicks. The hmm. I ate some really nice soup, but my tummy is reacting to it. It makes sometimes you eat something, it's just making noise. I don't know why it does that. Okay, okay. Of course it was gonna go up. You know, it's so logic. Sometimes things are so they're just there, and then you think, why would I? Oh, did you take that? Did you take that long? Richard, you did. Nice. Um, TP. 4-hour. Did I miss the 4-hour? Oh no, I had that out there. Yeah, it was a beautiful. I see the trade, Richard. Beautiful. But where did you get? Is it still running? I think it's still on, right? Are you still in the trade? Yeah, I saw it. But you're still in it, right? Yeah. So you know, I really want to start taking those turtle soups. So get in like when you have this 4-hour gap, right? 4-hour gap plus also look here, the 20. It's a 25% of the daily wick. So it's a double confluence here. So if you see it holds here and we're overextended to the downside, you just take it to the upside straight away. Boom, you get in, right? You wait for a inversion and you just get in. Um, you put your stop loss. Like for example, this happens here. Boom, you get in, right? You wait. Well, I don't need to wait for the inversion. But you wait for the inversion, but then you stop. I put the stop. Yeah, so it's already a winning trade. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but you got a wick here. You can take it up to 863, I guess. Let me look more into. Just see how it reacts at 842. That's the monthly open. But I would actually think you could be fine until 873-ish. Are you doing micros or minis? It's a good trade. Oh, I'm on the 3 minute. Oh shit. Okay, that's why I'm like, why would I not take the so I have to be on 34858. Oh, you're doing the CFDs, right? Um, yeah, man, this is a beautiful. I would just get in here, and if I would have missed this one, I would wait for the retest here at 120 and 120 to 140. Let it move. You let it ride. I would just trade time, and I would get out of the monthly open, which is now, because it's time. So I would just use the 20 to 40 run and maybe expect some consolidation. Why? For one time, because it used the complete run from the 20 to 40. Plus we got a little bit of consolidation here on the even on the 1 minute with a monthly open, and I would just take my money and run. But it could go higher, but I would not take the risk. It could run into the macro anyway, into the 50 macro, but I don't know. Um, yeah, see, it's starting to consolidate a little bit, I think. Yeah, yeah, because because it used to hold run, right? So let's say we had this, it hit exactly that level. Then we had a retest exactly at 120, and it initiated exactly the run as well. So it used to pull, you know that we call that, I call that a macro as well, right? The 20 to 40. But it's more of a, continue. It's actually a retracement run here. I mean, I'm saying retracement. That's because I want to go short, but it might not be a retracement. What do you think, Richard? Are we retracing? Are we going to go further down, or are we done? We do have to make our way into the N warp a little bit still. Now, oh, oh my God, what's happening? I'm yawning on stream. That's weird. See, we've got these beautiful highs. Okay, let's have a look at the weekly profile. I always do that on Monday. So we have Monday, we've got a Tuesday high, and then we have a Wednesday high. That's actually bearish structure. Yeah, it does, right? Well, the daily can turn, like, daily could turn bullish. I'm looking at the daily. You are the king. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's a V-shaped recovery. It's beautiful. It's sort of like a mini market maker buy model. So it could go. It's just beautiful. It just created so much liquidity. It's disrespecting all the bearish PD array. So, but on the 1 minute, but look at the 3 minute. Oh, it doesn't look bullish on the. If it disrespects this fair value gap, then there's nothing bearish at all anymore. Then we have to reassess. But then it's going to be long, I guess. Well, I'm still bearish for now. We're almost at the end of the 4-hour candle, so I love the 2 o'clock is coming. Hey, do we have a? Oh, here we go. The first presented fair value gap of the session. Yes. God, I even missed that. Something's wrong with me. I missed the first presented fair value gap. Seems to go. She's gonna go up into this area here. Let's see how it reacts here. If it's going to yeah, it's of your trade, right? It's a beautiful trade. I'll have a look at it. Okay, let's see now. But I think I want to wait to 9 past 2. It's a very important time. I think the macro now is starting. So I quickly have to do something. I think I'm going to get a quick coffee. I'm going to close the window. I'm going to get something to drink. I'll be right back. Just give me because I don't want to trade before 10 past 2. Special time. Hold on. I'm gonna get some chocolate as well. Coffee. Get a nice drink. Here we go. I'm back with my coffee. Chocolate. Okay, I'll have a look at your picture. Um, okay. Nice. Yeah. Good treat. You're the king. And Q. Now, are you doing evaluations or do you have a, are you doing a live account or funded? Mm. Fund on Apex. Mm. So this is also very bullish. You see this? You got this first presented for a value gap of the PM session. It just went straight above it. This is also very bullish. Can you see this? First presented, and you see the next candle, just leave it. You can just market order in. Normally, I would just take all these things and read it properly, but I don't know. It's just not my day. 2 days already. I'm green though on the day, but minimal. I think. How much did I make today? Oh no, I'm still down 12.40. mm. Mm. Okay. They're so nice, these bars, but can't eat more. Mm. You see, Richard, this that it goes to the wicks. Mm. see, goes back to the first presented fair value gap of London, and it goes into this wick here. I did point out this wick, right? I think I pointed out this wick, to be honest, but because this one was in the fair value gap. But you see how these first presented work really well, right? It's beautiful. So London. Oh, you see that? You had 4 weeks with loss. Yeah, 4 weeks is a lot. That would be terrible. Then you're not a king. I couldn't imagine. There's something wrong with my first presented. There you go. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm getting for a short now. It's time for a short. You see, I'm just surprised that I'm thinking, oh my god, my level is so good. There's still a lot of ticks. Now, is it actually bullish? It doesn't look bearish, actually, does it? But does this look balanced? Yeah, I'm still sticking to my short. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care today. It's still paper trade. I'm gonna go into 366. It just doesn't know. What are you doing? You have to. I said it. I have to wait until 2:10. What am I doing? It's a paper trade. Thank God. Imagine if I couldn't paper trade. You know, it doesn't make sense to go into a short because it disrespected all these bearish fair value gaps. So I need to change in state of delivery to go back down. It's 2 o'clock now. It's a V-shaped recovery. It's a V-shape. Okay, we've got a new 4-hour candle coming. Um, we opened. Yeah. I think I'm getting in a lot. I just can't. It's a very tight stop loss. I think this should make up for all my losses. But are we going to go down? Yes, we should go down. Oh, look at this wick. It's so large. That is massive. It might just fall down pretty fast. Six, 4, 4. Now, what is it going to do with this wick? Is it going to use this wick as, or is it going to disrespect this? Yeah, I'm thinking the same. A little. I'm thinking the same. Not a queen today, is it? Um, I think it's also bullish, to be honest. And well, let's see if it breaks this level, or it's just going to. It could just fall down. Look, I understand the bullet. Look at the how weird this one looks now. You know, it's just a really weird. Now, using the N walk as a trampoline. It's a very weird structure. It's a beautiful V-shaped recovery, right? Boom. But I just, it was a beautiful V-shape. And it was very, if you have one of those big moves, but you see we've got wicks, we've got an intermediate term high on the left and on the bottom and on the top. So we're dibbling in the middle. It's actually a 50-50%, to be honest. 10 past 2. Look, let's see. It's only going to spike up or it's going to spike down. It sounds really like, guys, I don't trade like this normally. I don't do that. Not really. If I'm not sure, I don't get in. You see how we are back into this range, right? Between, remember I said ping pong between the level all the time. Now I really wanted to go outside of the level, but this is actually a rejection block, so that's actually very bullish. But something is just off. Something is off. Come on, drop. Drop fast. Be a falling knife. Okay, 10 pass. It's gonna show its hand now anytime. So this 1 hour turned just into a doji, right? You know why it's so hard to read, Richard? We took this 4 hour to internal liquidity on both sides. We did take out external, it was internal as well, and here we took internal. So it's 50-50 in my opinion. But I'm more inclined to think this is just gonna fall to the downside. Let's see if I can win my crown back for today. Not today. Yeah, yeah, this is a rejection here, but there is something a little bit off. I cannot explain it. Are you going to go to are you going to Hungary tomorrow? Okay, nice. And I wake up in 6 hours. Yes, you need to get some sleep. I will just watch this and see if I get stopped out, and then I'm also going to. I'm still not. I just, we are. How long are you going to stay in Hungary, by the way? Well, I guess you have Wi-Fi in Hungary as well, right? Are you visiting family? Well, you have an amazing flight, and I don't know if you're on holiday or yeah, I go only to airport. Yeah, okay, well, nice. Oh, you only go to airport. Oh, you only go to the air. You stay on the airport? It's like the movie, and I will be back. Okay, well, anyway, have a good trip, and thank you again for your very valuable input. And you're still the king. I lost my crown today. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait until it really goes up or down, and then I'll finish the stream at some point. So have a good flight and enjoy. Yeah, this is a rejection block here. It's gonna go into this area here. Let me look. And take him there. Oh, my friend fly from Budapest and I take him there. Okay. And then I come back. Oh, okay. Wow. So you just only fly to Budapest and then you come. Okay, good for you. Well, I'm looking forward to it. When will you be back? Oh, that's already, how many hours? Yeah, no. Well, I'll see you when you're here. I'll see you when you get there. Bye-bye. Have a lovely evening. NYC Plus is there. Oh, 12:02. I go, oh, you go with the car. Okay, gotcha. Okay. A nice drive. 5 hours into Budapest and then 5 hours back. Okay. I love driving. I can drive here for hours and go to the bush and do safari, and I don't mind driving 8 hours to go to a trip or something. But hope you have a nice drive. Drive safe, and I'll see you when you get back. Ugh, I'm not having my day. I think I should get out of that trade, even though it's a paper trade. It's getting to me psychologically. I hate it when I have all these, then I'm wrong all the time. But no, I'm just gonna wait. Bye bye. I'll suffer here with my trade. I cannot. See, I'm still not sure if it's gonna go up. We'll see. Check the trade later, Richard, and you can see how I finished the day. And you can. God, golly, of course it's going to consolidate. Now I'm stuck. And you get ready for good loving. How am I in this trade? Why am I in this trade? Get me out of here. Get me out of this trade. Okay. Get me out of this. Okay, I think I got into when it started to consolidate, so that sucks. So either I'm going to take myself. It's just a paper trade I'm on because I already had a loss on gold today, and I'm just not really in tune with the market today as it appears. I had internet issues. I came back and I just wasn't really. I was very hasty, but I'm still not. I'm just not convinced of the long. So I'm just gonna leave. Either I'm gonna be stopped out, but I'm stuck in consolidation, which I hate. Which I do not like. But it looks, yeah, it looks like it's gonna go to the side, right? And you get ready for good loving. 1420s. Either, okay, it's 20 past 2, so that could be a continuation move. So the elbow should start showing its hand a little bit. And I think it's doing that right now. So let's see. Oh, I have to go to the 1 minute, by the way. Oh, I always put myself in this position, and I hate this. I don't know why I do this. And even though when it's a paper trade, I just don't want to get out then. Yeah, we're in the buy model. What am I doing? It's stupid. It's gonna finish this move. See, what are you doing? Even though it's a paper trade, so stupid. It's gonna go up, definitely. See, this is all engineered liquidity, which needs to be taken out still. I'm just gonna do that in this run. Yeah, it's gonna run anytime now because it's 222. It's a continuation move. Let's see. 12.2 is here. There we go. It's now starting to run, right? Of course. This is 220. It's time to run. It's time to show your hand and start running. AMRP plus, so you're going to 9494. Okay. There we go. Oh, what am I doing? It's time for me to maybe just. Okay, there we go. This is a very weird structure. If you look at the 4 hour, right? It's very tricky. I think we're going to consolidate this 4 hour. Is just going to consolidate because we have a large candle here. We've got a beautiful wick though, but we might go a little up in this body, but I don't think it's really going to go over it now. This is too. Yeah. Let's see if it does. It moves a little bit up, but look, it's too. I think it's a little bit stuck here, to be honest. It's a little bit tricky area. You look at the 4 hours is telling you that it really is a not a nice area to be in. So I was short and I got out, right? And I'm still thinking it's just I wouldn't be surprised if it's just going to slam down all the way down and go to my initial target. But anyway, I want to leave it here because there's nothing to trade. This is shitty price action. You don't want to be in this. So it is it for today. I see you back tomorrow. Thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate you and I hope to see you soon again tomorrow or another day. Have a lovely evening and stay safe with this price action.